Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Let's listen to this video. I've been saying it. You're going to hear what this young lady says. Naturally cute. She looks smart to me. Then listen to what the guy says. I've been saying it, and people say that sounds crazy. Everything that is going on, if you really think the powers that be, if you really think the powers that be don't know what is going on and that they're clueless, I'm sorry. There might be something wrong with you. You ever notice? I was telling a friend of mine. You ever notice? I said we like to watch these different channels and shows about history, and I just love to look at the architecture. I love the architectural features of of these vintage buildings, homes, castles, you name it. The design, I love it. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And I said, have you noticed one thing that they all have in common? Even look at some of these old French chateaus. You're going to see what? Bookcases, libraries, castles, books. Why is that? Typically, rich people, wealthy people, people that are educated and smart, they like books. They like to read. They like knowledge. Stay ahead of things. Study the past. Because that way it can predict sometimes your future. The little windfall I had with Bitcoin, what I did yesterday had a positive effect on me today. The trade I made on Friday after saying, yeah, I did great, my mind said, shut the laptop down and walk away, because you're going to mess things up. And I did. I was like, oh my gosh, Monday was not good. Hey, we got a whole new day, looking kind of green on the screen. So what you do yesterday can affect your future. It can affect your today. What's going on? All people can't afford rent, can't afford a place to stay, can't afford the food, can't afford the gas, losing jobs, can't find jobs. Uh-oh, getting evicted, getting foreclosed on. Do you really think the powers that be like, well, they're so busy worrying about the illegal immigrants and the wars? Boo, they already know what's going to happen to you. They know what's going to happen to people in these situations. It's not rocket science. They already know. The reality is, I think they don't care. So, without further ado, listen to what she says. What this guy's saying, I've been saying it to people I know, and oh no, that's not going to happen. Huh. You're going to wake up and find out.
What does the American government think is going to happen if rent prices continue to increase? Salaries are not increasing with it. Genuinely, what do they think is going to happen?
In my opinion, the government knows exactly what's going to happen, and it's all by design.
Thank
As
you.
more and more people are unable to afford rent, unable to afford bills, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to A, become homeless, or B, commit a crime to get by. And that's exactly what they want.
Yep.
In most states in this country, it's illegal to be homeless. You can't just be out on the street homeless. You have to be in a shelter, but shelters are at like the maximum capacity everywhere right now. We all know that committing a crime is obviously illegal and you go to jail, and that's what they want. They want you to be in jail. And I know you might be thinking, like, what the hell sense does that make? They use slave labor in prisons across this entire country. Makes billions of dollars a year for all different industries across this country. Okay? And those same corporations are the ones that determine what items are in the store for you to buy, how much you pay for them, how much you're making from your job, the housing market, how much you're paying on average for rent. They control everything, including the politicians that they lobby to get into office. They said that right now there are about 1 million homeless and unhoused people in America. There are 15.1 million vacant homes. Does that sound like we should have a homeless problem? No, it doesn't. They said it'll cost $20 billion to fix the homeless problem in this country. We just gave 17.1 billion to Israel since October.
And you really think that they're just too busy that they have no idea? You got to be kidding me. I've been saying it. Listen, If you think people are going to sit around here and become homeless and lose my job, my house, my car, oh, well, I'll tell you what. Let's have the estate sale and then just live in our vehicle, a family of 5. And we have no money. Takes months to get food stamps. Oh, then we're just going to sit down and watch everybody else eat. Mom, I'm hungry. Dad, we're just going to sit down and watch everybody else eat. If you think people are going to sit around here and just starve, sit up here and just die in their car and wait for starvation, you have got another thing coming, honey. It's not going to happen. Things get so hard. Some people you think, why do you think crime is up? Some people you think, oh, they would never think again. Why do you think crime is up? Some people you think would never, ever, ever, ever commit a crime. Things get so bad, they will. The same ones watching the screen going, look at those people. That is awful. Times get so hard. Yeah, they'll do it. A mother, father to feed their kids. They will do it. They're going to sit up here and just starve and go, oh, well, Bidenomics. They be like, man, I worked so hard, this and that. Man, bump this crap. Go out there and commit crime. Just start stealing. Yeah, just they will. They A person has nothing to lose. Are you kidding? What the heck you expect they're gonna do? Wait 6 months for food stamps to come in? Then I thought about it. What about a person's address? What if they don't live there anymore? You really think they don't know? You don't think poverty and crime have a relationship? Typically, one kind of comes from the other, you think? You thought they were only building extra jails and prisons for Pookie and Ray Ray. Dusty Dan, the gun shooting man, gun toting man. Oh, to me, oh, somebody got to go. You think it's just them? Or Mr. Wong doing wrong? Not for the American citizen, the middle class. I work every day. You think it wasn't for you? Times can get so bad. Crime is gonna increase. Remember that movie? Oh, what was that? Dick and Jane? Oh yeah. You think that's just a movie. What they said we gonna see. Remember that movie, Dick and Jane? I said I was gonna go back and rewatch it. Dick and Jane. So yeah, it's a hard reality. They know what you got to be kidding me. They know what's going on. This is nothing new. It's just more severe. And what they'll do, especially Chicago, oh, they're moving them out. Where are we gonna go? Probably nowhere. They're putting us out the apartments. They're giving us only $1,500 and saying, "Hey, you gotta go, get out, go, go where, boo? Where are you going?" They don't care. Stack up, people get frustrated. The next thing you know, fighting. Hey, boom, pop, pop, pop. Somebody going to jail. So you think you're gonna have a whole bunch of homeless Americans just sitting more quietly? The shelters are full. Only the illegal immigrants are in the hotels with our tax dollars, and so the Americans are just gonna sit down and, you know, not have a place to sleep, shower, eat. Yesterday I went for my I did my exercise, did my little jog. Was that Sunday? No, it wasn't yesterday because I was too tired. So it was Sunday. So Sunday, I did my little exercise on my jog. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so, you know how you're sweaty and all that. And as I was driving home, I thought, can you imagine a person being homeless? And if they're out and about hustling, trying to, make something happen, now you're tired, you're sweaty. You go home and take a shower, unless you're in the gym. I wasn't in the gym, I'm just going outside walking. Can you imagine how that affects a person? You can't go home and shower. There's no home. That's crazy. How can you sleep if you don't have unclean clothes and your body feels clean? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And then you're going to sleep in your car. Where can you shower? That would drive me nuts. So imagine the mental effect a person has. It's like people want a place to live, a place to get away, shut the outside doors, your world. And it's being snatched from under. Man, a rug pull like never before. So people get to some point, they've played by the rules, they've lost everything. What more can you take? So then that's when crime will occur and they will start the lockup. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. They will. People will end up in prison, you never in jail, you never thought before. And you think they don't know that. Probably just sitting back waiting for it to happen. Matter of fact, I need to check my prison stocks. Hate to say it. But yeah, this is a part nobody want people don't want to accept. Don't want to accept. Do not want to accept. They know what's going to happen. It's not a surprise.
Determine what items are in the store for you to buy, how much you pay for them, how much you're making from your job, the housing market, how much you're paying on average for rent. They control everything.
Exactly. What does my friend Dad say? The person who controls your economy controls you. What? So he's a businessman. His dad is. That's what I say. The person that controls your money controls you. Laying you off. My gosh, they said it last year, the year before. A whole lot of jobs in Texas are going to be missing. Look, on a financial channel, what does the guy say? They're going to lose those jobs and then they can't, find a new job. So they're going to lose those houses. So they're going to be on the market. No, that's not going to happen. Well, it already is happening. It is happening. That's not going to happen. It is happening. So they control all that. So you really think that they don't know what's going to happen? What are they going to do? They're going to sit back and watch the plan fulfill itself.
Including the politicians that they lobby to get into office.
I've been
They
saying
said
it.
that right now there are about 1 million homeless and unhoused people in America. There are 15.1 million vacant homes.
Wow.
Does that sound like we should have a homeless problem? No, it doesn't. They said it'll cost $20 billion to fix the homeless problem in this country. We just gave 17.1 billion to Israel since October.
So 20 billion to fix the homeless problem. The money for the war, man, they done spent over 100 billion on illegal immigrants. My gosh. They have spent well over 100 billion on illegal immigrants. But it costs 20 billion to fix the homeless problem. It's cheaper to fix the homeless problem for the Americans unless you don't want to. That part. And people still, it's like you think as a politician waves and smiles. Hi. Hell, I would too. Let me live off your tax dollars and I do what I want to do. Hi. Seriously. Except I couldn't be that cruel. The money spent on the war, the money spent on illegal immigrants. They just said CBP? Joe Biden reportedly flew in over 300,000 illegal immigrants in 43 different states. You thought it was just Chicago and New York. No wonder they're in small towns. In 43 different states. What? What? Yeah. It's cheaper to fix the homeless problems for the Americans. And I don't want to hear, some maybe get offended. Oh, well, I don't want to hear about Biden about $400 to help the Americans get a home. Let me tell you something, sir. How about keep the Americans in the homes they're about to lose? $100. What the hell is that? How about we do something now so the Americans cannot lose their homes? I've got friends, they got hella homes, more than we do. What about this? Is crazy. So all the money spent on the war, all the money spent on illegal immigrants. My gosh, can you not understand? They don't want to fix it, people. If they wanted to, they would. They want these legal immigrants here for a reason, or add to the population, lower wages and all that. Watch. They're complaining, well, the Americans, not having enough children. Who the hell will when they can't hardly survive and feed themselves? That'd be stupid, pop out a bunch of darn kids and you're not offering any help. Only a moron would sit up and have kid after kid after kid and can't hardly make it. I have to look at you and wonder, it's time to call a psych consult. So if they wanted to fix these problems, they would. But they don't, and they won't. Ask yourself why. You think that they would, huh? You really think so? More crime, more death, more theft, more incarcerations. That can bring population control because people will be killed, and you have a whole lot of people more in prison. Cheap free labor. Remember when it was reported that Kamala, when she was what was that? What was she in the DA? They were saying about letting some of the prisoners go. And it was a report, and get mad if you want to. The report is the report. You can research it. I already read it for myself. A lot of people, because they like somebody, don't talk about that. That's the problem. These politicians, I think they're off themselves. So anyway, what was the issue? Oh yeah. So they were saying to let some of the prisoners out. And you can Google it. And she was like, no, it's like, hey, it's their time. Let the person out. No, keep them in there. All right, most of them are black men. No, keep them in there because what? The state needs the cheap labor. Go, readers are leaders. I don't care what somebody told me, what I heard. No, readers are leaders. She was saying it, fighting to keep them in there because what? The state needed the cheap labor. Wow. So you think what he's saying is not likely? You really think that? Do you really think so? They wouldn't do that. You better wake up and smell the coffee. I've been saying it. You're going to have Americans incarcerated that never thought they would be there. If they wanted to solve the problem, they would. Like I said before in closing, people are doing what they want to do. And newsflash, so are the politicians. And I'm out.